Alright, welcome back to Dead Cells. You know that we've been doing quite a bit of this lately, and to be perfectly honest, I feel as though I've hit every single mark I want to do except for an all items tier list. However, we started making some vids recently that we're calling favorite build videos, and we've posted brutality and tactics thus far, and you all seem to want the next one, and that would be survival. We're starting off with our tubes here. I already see something that's probably along the lines of what I would want to see in a favorite vids, though this is like not half bad either. Hopefully it doesn't kill the monsters. And that's Tombstone. Tombstone, if you have not played it in a long time, is still really good. Reason why is that, but we hopefully want to actually kill a monster at the same time. Stun you, 1, 2, 3, and then it usually kills other stuff. Of course, if you only have one monster next to you, maybe you need a little bit of stats too. Doesn't really do too much. However, Tombstone is definitely one of the best legendaries in the game. And sometimes I would go to the point where, you know, I won't take a Tombstone if it's a normal one. That's not because it's bad, but because I know for a fact, oh wow, that we could probably get a different survival weapon and be perfectly okay. However, that doesn't mean I actually don't think Tombstone's probably in my list of favorite stuff. And I'm hoping that this is gonna actually showcase A, how I actually play it, and B, why I think this is like really fun. There's gonna be a couple of puzzle pieces here. Not everything's gonna be ready right away, so definitely bear with me as we go through what I'm gonna call a favorite survival build. Now, if you aren't really seeing what Tombstone's doing, we have a 3-hit combo. 1, 2, 3. And what that does is it casts Doom on any monster that's in that radius. If they are in it, they get hit by a giant tombstone. It's not always enough to kill, and to be fair, that's like when Tombstone's at its worst, is when the Tombstone's curse doesn't actually kill anything. However, we can try to build towards making sure that happens with a couple of different ideas I already have in mind. World map, we're looking at Arboretum. Lately, that's been like the most fun way that I've seen to play. It's almost like having a fog gate randomizer, where each door, the game's telling me which one to go into, not me simply knowing what's the best option ahead of time. So in our first door, we have Giant Killer, which is gonna be something we need to think about, because later on, once we get to a boss, we will not be able to really do any damage with Tombstone. So first mutation, I'm gonna do something a little bit interesting that will hopefully scale us through for each biome coming up, and that is Tranquility. Now you all know me, I am the first person, wow, a bank. Let's do this instead, I guess, instead of Arboretum, which I think this means Thornies can be here, Slashers can probably be here. There's a lot of stuff that can show up. And to be fair, like a level 2 bank, like biome 2 bank, it's very, very nasty. This should hopefully give us a good indicator of how strong our build is. I would assume that it might be a struggle, but let's talk about that Doom. So as you can see, we're doing a 3-hit combo, then hitting enemies. As the Doom comes out, and there's, ow, no longer a monster next to me, I'm actually gonna get the sword icon. Yeah, it's a sword icon. I'm gonna get that over my head, and whatever damage the Doom does will actually be enhanced at default 25%, which I kind of feel like is a good number. That doesn't help me for like actually killing the monster directly in front of me. Like whatever's in melee range won't get that buff. But the way I see it is that the monster that's right in front of me is hopefully the one getting slammed with the 3rd hit anyway. Okay, I see the curses below me, so let's do that first. All right, so our curse is double crossbow-matic, not something I particularly care about right now. Not to say it's awful when playing survival, though survival has Scavenge Bombard, which I think is better. It's just like a DPS turret, no utility. Ooh, wow, legendary. Just raw DPS. That is a legendary Wrecking Ball. If you hate Wrecking Ball, I would actually recommend trying the legendary one. It kind of solves every issue that the regular one has. All right, our curse is clear. I'm not really trying to turn this into a throwable showcase. Every use of the throwable is just me trying to make sure that I don't get hit. I mean, if I want to play the yeetable, I could just run baseball bat, right? This is a fun build. If we want it... Did I hit twice? Wait, what? As long as it kills, I'm not gonna complain. But I really think that that one monster got hit twice by it. But if you all don't say anything, I won't say anything. Now, one thing I like to do as I play this is I like to have some sort of skills that help me kill in the event that like I struggle actually killing the monsters. However, I think what I might end up doing, because even though we're in the bank and bank monsters are stronger, I feel like this isn't all that difficult. Maybe we take skills that are specifically gonna help us to kill the bosses coming up. So I'm gonna do a couple of rerolls here. Crusher might be one of them. See if it's a mimic. It is not a mimic. So I'm gonna actually skip. See that midair hit that I'm able to get? That's like some of the stuff that actually makes Tombstone really fun to me. Is that required gameplay to actually like get wins with this thing? I don't know. However, when it works, it looks really good. All right, so here's that second shop. It is a weapon shop. Let's see if we can get a tombstone out of it. That's 2. We got a giant killer. $10,000 giant killer. That is a lot of money. And it is our mimic. Wow, I missed my yeetable. But notice how like incredibly difficult this is. Maybe we need a shield. There we go. So that's a little bit of damage. It's also a stun. We're probably gonna take some hits for this. There we go. Okay. So that is a giant killer level 10 in the beginning of the game. That means we're no longer using the yeetable. The way how we're gonna think about this is that the tombstone is our biome clearing weapon, unless an elite shows up. Ooh. And then the giant killer is for the elites and bosses. You can also see me like reposition some of my attacks. Make sure I'm hitting the right target. Gold Gorgers do not count as elites. There is a such thing as an elite Gold Gorger. You know, for powered up monsters, this doesn't feel half bad. One thing that I think I mentioned in the last video is that a good source of information to know how good your build is, especially in somewhere like the bank, is your malaise meter, when you're on 5 BC at least. In 5 BC, every monster you kill reduces the amount of malaise you have. If you get it too high, technically you can use a health pot, and that will lower it. However, I don't think your goal is to use a health pot. I think your goal should really be to make a build that's fast enough that you don't have to worry about the malaise. All right, 1, 2, oh, it's actually transforming. Do I dare let it transform? Wait, is it better to let it transform so I can kill it with my giant killer? I didn't think about that. I swear these are getting hit twice. I might need you all to look at the footage. Okay, so here's another thing that's gonna help us on bosses. Wolf Trap will keep whatever it is at bay. We'll get rid of the cluster grenade. I think I'll keep ice for now. For those couple of monsters that like walk up to me while I'm trying to do my combo, like this thing, I can freeze it, turn around, they get the 3rd hit, or I could just miss. Bloodthirsty Shield, which, you know what, I'll swap, because I do think it's probably better than the Thunder Shield in the backpack. Thunder Shield in the backpack's fine. You get the ambient aura. However, you lose the benefit of that stun power on pressing the parry button again. Bloodthirsty doesn't have any extra built-in piece like that, so we're able to just play it as normal. Looking at our rerolls, the giant killer has victim slow, 20%. 20%'s good. We don't need the victim slow, but I only have $13,000. That's like not very good, but this, you know what? Not bad. 40% across the board. We'll probably want to just check this. Okay, that works. So let's think about problem solving. So what is our primary issue right now? One is a lack of shields. Two, sometimes the monster doesn't die to the Doom. If I were to say what's the priority, it's having the monster die. Now, I've done some experimentation with this already, offline. Using Victim Slow all nearby targets does actually work with things like Frostbite, so it gives you like that little dot. However, it ain't all that good. In fact, I would dare say it's trash. So instead, I'm gonna go No Mercy. That means any monster that didn't die to the Doom, unless they lived with a lot of HP, they should die to No Mercy. Now, there is a potential anti-synergy here where I could simply have killed the monster on the second hit of my Tombstone combo, thanks to No Mercy. Now, I know that's kind of weird to think that, oh, there might be an issue if I kill the monster too early. However, that makes my Doom not activate. And when Doom doesn't activate, that was scary, then it's like I may as well not even have this weapon. Ooh, that didn't look half bad. Let's go up here. Oh! Do I think I was gonna die there? Absolutely. I thought this was a done deal. So this weapon has already surprised me. That's what I like about these so-called fun builds. It ain't really about, you know, here's the most busted setup I've ever seen in Dead Cells. It's more like, okay, can I get surprised? This game's old enough as is. Can it still surprise me? And the answer is yes. This is Prison Depths. Prison Depths will be higher level, and it seems as though the slasher is like the tankiest monster in the entire game right now, which is kind of crazy. See how far that reaches? That's like not legitimate, right? Or am I tripping? I wouldn't be surprised if, especially for the survival weapons, there's some extra sauce built into these. I remember when Tick Scythe was added to the game, they did make it so that, oh wow, did not mean to aggro that. I whirled the wrong way. Oh wow, okay. So that's where the ice grenade comes into play. So as I said, we're solving issues here. One issue is what happens if I can't kill the monster. The second issue is what if it's something like a slasher that doesn't get interrupted by my first swing. That's what ice grenade's for. Maybe you have ice armor that could do the same thing. At least the ice grenade, I can do it proactively. But I guess ice armor is also proactive, but a lot of times you don't even press the ice armor because you know you're gonna get hit. You just spam it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, if I spammed ice grenade, I think it's more likely I used it at a time I would have gotten hit. Oh, that's an elite. So like that. Sure, you could ice armor it, and that'd be like really, really good. Boom! Alright, final piece. Root grenade with 15% damage. It has a shorter cooldown than ice grenade. We can try it for a little while. Again, it's just to solve the same issue. I need to stop a monster directly in front of me. I think the root grenade... Oh, wow. I guess we're going here. I think the root grenade might actually kill the monster, which is not really what I want to do. We have our final mutation. Remember, I was saying that the other issue is that we don't have shields, which is a great reason to be playing survival. So we'll bring in Armadillo Pack, which is, in some ways, is even better than doing raw parries. Like, I can knock back so many bombs. I can dodge roll through some, like, slashers 3-hit combo and just get a parry out of it without even trying, honestly. Like that. Whoever spawned right here is just gone. This scares me. Oh, yeah, we gotta be careful. So, funny enough, I am, like, strong enough to just kill the monsters in the second hit of my combo. Technically, that's anti-synergy. There may be a scenario where do we want to make a change? Like, what's wrong with them dying to my combo? I think what's gonna end up happening, I want to kill stuff that I can't see. That's the best part about playing Tombstone. If it's a monster that's directly... Wow. Thank you, game. If there's a monster that directly dies to my combo and the Doom doesn't come out, that means I have to do that combo on more stuff. The more things I do the combo on, okay. The less monsters I have to directly attack. And I, like, actually put a lot of value into that. No, I hit the wall? Okay. Now, as I said, the other idea I had was to play Frostbite. With Frostbite, whenever I kill a monster, monsters around me will get slowed. And of course, Frostbite does DOT, that's damage over time, on slow targets. However, in testing that, I never really did any tangible damage to anything except bats. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is a cursed biome. So these weapons are actually level 10. See if we get lucky. Another giant killer. 40% and Groot damage? Don't have to tell me twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Give me the HP. I think we're doing enough damage. I don't need the Giga stack on survival right now. As long as the monster dies the Tombstone 3rd hit, or dies the Doom, then what do I need more survival for? Boom! See, now this is where Frostbite would have been good. With Frostbite, all of those bats would have died. I know they died anyway, without me really having to do anything. But technically, that's the benefit of Frostbite. Yeah, so this is a Giga stack of monsters right here. We can simply 1, 2, 3, and everything dies. Heading into Insufferable Crypt, that's Conjunctivious. We already have what I think is a pretty strong setup for this. Nothing behind the door, nothing for me to change here, except maybe the root grenade could turn into like poison damage, but technically if I'm throwing out Wolf Trap, why would I also throw the root grenade? You may as well try to get the benefit of all of your crowd control rather than stacking it on top of each other, or also be wasted. So we're gonna start with Wolf Trap. Oh my god, beautiful. Okay, don't get tricked. Big hit. No longer poisoned. I'll throw the root grenade. And wait, is it dead? Oh my god, it's dead. Wait, but what about the tentacles? Did that tentacle leave? The door opened and the thing just dipset. All right, fun build. This is, okay, to be fair, if I was at 100% HP, it is, no, it's actually not better. Because we're getting that 75% to rooted target. We might have a math major out there. Leave a comment, let me know if that giant killer is better than the one that I have. And then we're gonna go into the graveyard, which I guess using the Tombstone weapon, that's the place to go, right? 19 minutes, we're off by 3 minutes right now. Getting our legendary. What could this possibly be? Legendary Boyax, +1 ammo for free, no need to run ammo mutation. Our last video for favorite builds was a tactics video that used Boyax. And if I got that legendary one, we could remove ammo mutation and do something super spicy. Now I guess technically you could say V, why not just play Wish? If you use Wish, you'll get the legendary version of the weapon that you're using right now, and then you'll be able to showcase literally the best build possible. Unfortunately, this is a roguelike game. I am not guaranteed to see the item I want thanks to Wish. And furthermore, the current weapon I'm using is not eligible for Wish. You can't, for example, drop it on the ground and then pick it back up and it turns into a legendary. Does not work that way. Okay, we got the aggro on that. I killed everything, apparently. Yeah, even the elites don't stand a chance. Tombstone is a survival weapon and it's kind of slow. So there is a really, really high chance I'll get hit mid-swing. And even though we are survival and taking a little damage ain't that big a deal, we can get it back with things like What Doesn't Kill Me or Necromancy. However, if we roll for Victim Slow nearby, see that? Hugely impactful on my chances of actually doing the combo. Can I hit through the wall? Well, okay, that works. Boom! Like, we don't need to see what's on the map. Imagine if this was the legendary version. It would be unfair. Unethical gameplay is what they like to call it over in the Path of Exile world. Now, this is another option to keep yourself safe. You could use Diverse Deck Purple card in exchange for the root grenade, and that way you're gonna avoid one hit no matter what. and it goes on cooldown for like 8 monsters worth. However, I still think I prefer Ice Grenade, because first off, it gives you damage reduction. Second off, it can be used multiple times on bosses. If I need to like stop a boss aggression, maybe reset myself, do really anything except for stop the giant. And even there, purple card is gonna absorb 1 hit from the giant, which is hopefully a punch. If it's not a punch, then you're taking like multiple missiles, for example. All right, here's our curse. It's a little late, I'd say. I basically cleared the entire biome except for what's behind the BC doors. I'm not gonna take Cudgel. It's not bad because it will actually stun targets. However, I think I'd rather have Ice Grenade. Not Ice Grenade, I'm sorry, Ice Shield. Ice Shield will do not only a freeze on the enemy, but if you roll through like a melee attack, it will actually freeze all the monsters that are in range of you. Let's check this door down here. I already forgot which door I left monsters in. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5 monsters. You know, I thought there would have been a little bit more than that. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Cursed Cavern, are you kidding me? That is not the ideal place to go. However, if we get a high-leveled Tombstone, we're gonna be sitting good. We did learn that the Tombstone goes through shields, so that means it should go through Pumbaa in the back. Wow, that thing lived. Uh-oh. Well, we're here for a high-level Tombstone anyway. 2, 3. Does kill through its back, killing Arbiters off camera. That's pretty nice. For those who don't know what the legendary version of Tombstone does, the legendary actually will continue a train of doom. Like anytime it can kill a monster, it will continue to find another monster to send the doom to. There's a range requirement though, so it's not gonna clear the entire biome. However, like all of these would have died from that one doom because it would have trained off the Arbiter. One thing that kind of sucks for the caverns is that the monsters seem to be like really far spaced out. So I'm not even really getting the doom proc because the monsters are legitimately nowhere near each other. It's like one monster every 50 feet. And I guess that's fair because they're very scary monsters, but still. All right, so here's an elite. We're gonna test to see if the Tombstone by itself is strong enough to kill this elite. I assume the answer is no. I'll even use the wolf trap. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe that was the wolf trap. I'll take that. You know, I feel like every time I've done these favorite build videos, it's been a cursed caverns biome. Is that true? Like, I have never gotten this many cursed biomes in my life, and now all of a sudden they just keep showing up. Is that because of this series? Can someone go back and check? Did I get cursed caverns in the other videos too? We got a new wolf trap, level 13. It's almost, well, that's double the DPS. It's like 1.5 maybe. We should take it. I'd like to re-roll to maybe get some of that cool stuff back. The Crusher on top of that's extremely interesting. Do I need Ice Grenade anymore? Maybe I don't. Maybe like we really hone in on making sure the Giant Killer will kill the bosses. All right, so here's our weapon shop. We are looking for a new Tombstone. A new Giant Killer would be nice if it's higher level. Let's see if we get lucky. Okay. Level 13. And then the Giant Killers. Question is, can we get it to a point that it will out damage what we currently have? Maybe we just leave our current Giant Killer. I have $25,000. There may be a need to roll directly into the stats for Tombstone. Now, I know what you're thinking. V, you absolutely have to go to the Giant right now. The Giant with Giant Killer? Canon matchup. How could you not go there? Like, part of me would say with Crusher Wolf Trap, you should really consider Scarecrow. I know Scarecrow is not a fun boss to fight. However, those two skills by themselves will actually carry you pretty well. However, just to appease the audience, again, I'm not saying that Giant is an easier fight, and we're going here because it's easier and gives you more scroll fragments and blah blah blah. We are going here simply because of the canon matchup. That's all. So with Tombstone, we gotta keep victims slow, and then bonus damage would be nice. Like, technically this is good as is, so I don't really have to roll it. Maybe we do leave it. Giant Killer stays. Wolf Trap, we want to get the Poison Cloud back, which we did. A Crusher, bonus to... Oh, we double hit. That means I'm more willing to roll this a couple of times to see poison damage. Covers the ground with oil that burns when destroyed. Is that useful? Doesn't really do anything for us. And there we go. Consider, if you have the money, the next reroll might be the one. Now, if you want to get like really nuts with it, you could remove Tranquility to swerve into support for the boss coming up after this, the final boss. Okay, big hits. We aren't getting any benefit from like Groot or anything like that. Remember, the fourth hit does the most damage. I don't believe either turret does anything here. Poison helped. Ooh. Not bad, not bad. I didn't even bother testing to see if the Tombstone would do anything there. Like, in the back of my mind, I was thinking I should probably try the combo at least one time. My apologies that we didn't get to see the damage. I'm sure you'll be okay. All right, legendary. Legendary. No, though to be fair, Taunt gives you 75% damage on all your melee hits. Giant Killer plus Taunt must be an incredibly high amount of DPS. You don't have to be survival to use this. You could get a regular red Taunt and it still does the same thing. However, for the sake of this video, for the sake of my life, because I assume taunting the servants, which I do think we're gonna go servants, is not a good idea. We will be going to Infested Shipwreck. It apparently is a cursed biome. I did not check that before I said I was gonna go here, but this should be pretty decent. All right, so on this map, we do have a couple of things we need to worry about. However, I think we are extremely strong. Monsters are dying to just the first hit of my Tombstone, let alone the third hit. You can kind of like carry your combo as far as you can. Kind of like, oh, I didn't get that. No, we can't Doom anymore because I'm too strong. One nice thing about a build like this, especially for players like me who like to full clear biomes, is that you get a faster full clear, which equals more money and more cells, and you don't even have to fight all the monsters. So long as you're getting good Dooms off, you'll be able to get all the cells and money just from landing that third hit. It's almost like if you can count to 3, you can win in Dead Cells. I could consider using a health pot here. We're actually doing 50% bonus damage while we're full, which is probably overkill. And like, can a monster get through a 9,000 HP bar? You know what? Let's go ahead and use the health pot. Don't save our health pots for Windblown. Now, as I was saying, since we're in kind of a relaxation area, this will be the third video in this series of like for fun builds, which means there's a scenario where we're out of them. Oh my god, I keep rolling into more and more damage. So I would love to know, for you the viewer, is there anything else you'd like to see? Any other video formats that we haven't done yet? The reason why we went for this favorite build kind of setup is that I already have top 3 builds up on YouTube, and we don't have something that's kind of like in the middle of beginner friendly and top 3 like game breaking kind of stuff. So if there's anything that you all want to see that we don't have up yet, definitely let me know and we will potentially give that a try. Okay, so that is a completed shipwreck. It's a very big map. It's actually a lot bigger once you complete it for you to realize how many miles you've ran. Holy moly. So obviously coming out of the biome, anything biome related we no longer need. So we're gonna reset. I think Armadillo Pack is fine, even though I never got that ice shield. I think I passed a bunch of ice shields, and to be honest, I was moving so quickly, I never thought to even take it. So Armadillo Pack. We're gonna bring in Support Mutation, which is what I was talking about earlier. We're getting 37% damage on every hit of Giant Killer, so long as Wolf Trap is still out there. And then finally, to top it all off, I'm gonna get a very simple Soldier's Resistant. Now, I could do something like Instinct of the Master of Arms for more Wolf Traps, but honestly, 24,000 HP going into this boss should be sufficient. And if it's not sufficient, then something is terribly wrong. All right, here we go. I'm gonna prep this very easily. Wolf Trap goes in, Crusher goes in. That's gonna stay there. We don't get the benefit of the poison, which is fine. But let's see what we can get. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll take that all day. Now we just need to climb. I don't really have any tips for doing the climbing portion. You can check out my Dead Cells Secrets video on how to do the wall climb, like in faster duration on one wall. 1, 2, oh my god. Wait, she was taking giga chunks right there. Okay. And then Crusher Wolf Trap keeps us safe. Now, technically, we can wait out our cooldown, because the fire doesn't start rising until this door closes. Like right here, the fire starts rising. And I'd like to get one more of those combos. I don't think Euterpe is gonna let us. Be careful of that. The uppercut. Let's go up here. Armadillo Pack actually reflected the arrows. Not that that probably did anything. Oh, right here, right here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he got the happy birthday. All right. She called her assistant, and we actually connected. We got the hit confirmation. And our cooldowns are back. Oh, wow. You love to see it. Oh, no, my hitless. You just alt F4 right here. It's done. She had no HP, come on. That's not right. She was dead. Okay, she's back. Nice parry. We'll leave that. They did get hit by Crusher too. They may have both died actually. Cleo, however, you cannot face in a 1v1 with Giant Killer. You need all the other buttons. Like right here, maybe? She does turn around, though, which is... Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, we're fine. She does turn around while she's in Wolf Trap, which a lot of monsters don't do that at all. So that must be either exclusive to Cleo or exclusive to bosses? I don't think Hand of the King turns around when he's in Wolf Trap. I have no idea why Cleo can turn. All right, 1, 2. No! I thought she was gonna turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was without Wolf Trap. So that was like minimum damage Giant Killer right there. Oh, we should probably do at least one Tombstone combo, right? 1, 2. Is it like not possible? Well, each Wolf Trap proc is 8,400 damage. I don't know how much damage a single hit of Tombstone does. That could be essentially like double damage if both swings are 8k. And then I'm pretty sure Giant Killer does more than 8k in one swing. Pretty sure. All right, let's head up. We have one more boss to face before it's all over. And that's the Queen. The Queen known to be the ender of runs and as well the ender of lore. The only thing you might consider is using a health pot if one of your weapons has bonus while you're full. Tombstone currently has that, but we don't need to press the Tombstone button. All right. Wow, I got kind of scared. I feel like I loaded slowly. Look at how I blend in the background. The green on green. Shoot, she might not see me with the camouflage. You again, so stubborn. All right, 2, 3, 4. It's a good half her HP. Of course, she cannot be grooted right now. I'm not gonna greed. 2. Ooh. 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 Come on. No. All right, I had to leave. I got scared. My bad. My bad. Another one. All right. We all think that Giant Killer's not worth it. The damage just doesn't line up with the amount of hoops you have to jump through to use it. However, if you don't need it in the biome, if you have something else that works for the biome by itself, and that doesn't work on bosses, so you need to bring in something for the boss, this is an excellent use of having 2 weapons without kill rhythm or dual binding or anything like that. Honestly, most of the time, you will not see me use more than 1 weapon if it's not kill rhythm or dual bind. This is like the one situation where I would do it, and it's not a shield. The last time we did this was for my old top 3 survival video, which was War Spear plus Giant Killer. However, why use War Spear in this situation when I can use Tombstone? It's almost like any melee weapon, I could have just used Tombstone if it's for the biome. But yo, that was a favorite survival build. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. What more would you like to see from Dead Cells now knowing that development is done for the game? We can now look forward to things like Windblown, Rogue Prince of Persia, and Wizard of Legend 2. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Here's some other vids for you to take a look at, and I'll catch you on the next video.